Get faced up before, so I live it up. When a come, better get them up. That's a floss track, better get them up. I'm a keep eating, it's a dinner rush. I'll let you finish up. Block of diamonds, I can promise I'm being honest. This being modest. I am your highness, I am the finest. You rappers, plus you a liar. Don't idolize and I don't admire. Been doing me for like ever. I'm a better me, more clever. It's a new way. We surfing, baby, new age. That's a certain, baby. Let's take a ride. Put your for the ones that die. It's last tonight. Just you and I get lost tonight. Then lose your mind. Squad, I'm it. 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 Squad.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Dolphins coming in at 7-4, going up against the Vikings, who come in at 4-7.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and to the newly renovated Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got Snead. Willie Snead all alone. Touchdown, Vikings. Willie Snead, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
So it'll be first down here after the run. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They go play action here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Go. Ooh, 88. Everyone come forward. 4 down.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Going back to Landry. This time he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. They juked him to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Tannehill to Landry, good for a Dolphin 1st down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Tannehill now, the give to Ajayi. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
I got number 23. I got you, 23. Deep.
Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st down, Tannehill. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They give it to the first man through. It's Felton. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jerome Felton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. when you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brought in left side by Snead. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going up top. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Tannehill on first down. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. This is Ajayi. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 more there and another first down.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. That'll bring up second down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Second and 10, Tannehill once more. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Here's Ajani. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out leveraging the offense.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 10. Well, nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. They'll start out on the ground with Ajani. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays. Tannehill on 3rd down. Out
to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Taking it about the 16. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. Big hold of the 30. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Well, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the Eagles out in front early. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stays on his feet. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Let's go! Blue, line it!
They'll set up a throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken around the 12. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Right. He's down right here. Down to the right.
They run with Ajayi. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
You got it.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. On first down, it's Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him. Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. And the Eagles out in front early. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got some space here. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Being chased out left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando, and with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Sharif Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Now it's Ajayi. They find some open field here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out of here in the second half, of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. We're still in search of the first down after that last completion. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
They run again with Ajayi. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On second down, here's Tannehill. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Tannehill with a hook up to Thomas for a Dolphin first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now they try the right side here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Second down, it's Drake. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill going deep here for Landry. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jarvis Landry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Lucky 56, Lucky 56, Detroit! Now let's go! 3-9, watch it now, Barney!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They'll look to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And what a return as he brings this one all the way. To the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. This offense, thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. Fighting to stay upright. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Ajayi. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
A first throw for the backup, Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. He finds an opening past the 40. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit near the 25. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Tannehill. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Is that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Back to throw, Tannehill. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line, David Irving. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 52 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Second down now after the incompletion. Throwing again. Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Now Tannehill. Over to Landry on the bubble screen. And now running right through him. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Dolphins on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And fights through one man. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And he is level. Knocked down hard at the 44-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Play action. Ryan. Going deep for Diggs. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down. The Vikings on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Ryan. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Powerful running. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now they'll run it on the toss. A swift move, but not a ton to show for it. Tackle just on the other side of midfield. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's Ryan. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. The Vikings on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Ryan. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that leads to a Minnesota 1st down.
It's 4th and 2, and you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage. So you have to be definite about your decision about where to go.
On 1st down, Ryan. Caught by Snead over the middle. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Fresh set of downs here. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short. And that is how this one comes to an end. It's an 8th loss of the year, and that one cements the...